know that 75% of people judge a business's credibility based on their website or lack thereof? Or that a slow, outdated, or poorly designed website could be driving potential customers straight into the arms of your competitors? If you have a poorly designed or outdated website, or maybe you don't have one at all because you're worried about the cost involved, then you are actually leaving so much money on the table and severely hurting your impact and your income. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the real cost of a bad website or a non-existent one and explaining what you can do to fix it before you lose any more money. Let's dive in. Cost number one, loss of credibility and trust. First impressions matter. It takes 0.05 seconds for a visitor to form an opinion of your website. That's 50 milliseconds. Blink and it's over. If your site looks outdated, cluttered, or unprofessional, users will leave very quickly. So think about it. Would you trust a business with a poorly designed website? Probably not. Hit the thumbs up button if you agree. Your website is your digital storefront, and first impressions can make or break a sale and lose potential leads and clients. So according to Forbes Advisor, 57% of users will not recommend a business with a poorly designed website. And 88% of online consumers will not return to a site after a bad experience. So you may be amazing at what you do, but if your site is not user-friendly, if it's unprofessional, or it doesn't share the value you offer effectively, people will struggle to see you as credible, which means little to no impact and income for you and your business. Now, what if you don't have a website for your business? What is that costing you? Well, potential customers may perceive your business as less legitimate without a website and choose to invest in a competitor over you. So according to Spot Marketing Statistics, 84% of consumers think a website makes your business much more credible. And 81% of consumers research a business online before purchasing from them. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm looking to work with someone, I am going to be doing my research. What about you guys? Hit the thumbs up if you agree. A well-designed, strategic, and user-friendly site gives you instant authority and sets you apart from your competition. Now, if you are ready, you're like, yes, I'm ready to get started now, check out the links in the show notes to start your build today via a DIY option or a done-for-you option. Cost number two, loss of visibility and time. So just like people, Google doesn't like bad websites either. So if your site is slow, unresponsive, or lacks clear structure, your ranking is going to drop. So what does that mean? Lower rankings equal fewer visitors equals less revenue. So the more optimized your site is, the more visible your business will become. A poorly designed website that isn't designed with the correct text tags, that doesn't have images that are labeled correctly for SEO, and or that don't have the page titles, the meta descriptions, and the alt text completed for each page, it will negatively affect your search engine rankings and your business's visibility and exposure overall. So optimizing for speed, ensuring mobile responsiveness, using proper keywords and structure will all help your SEO. Now, if you're thinking, I can just be visible on social media instead of having a website, I have to ask, how is that working out for you and your actual income? It might work for an influencer business model, but if you are a service-based business, like a coach who is looking to book clients, my guess is that social media alone is not increasing your income. Now, sure, social media has its place, but people typically go to places like Instagram and TikTok to be entertained, not to learn and make purchases. And it's not a secret that on these platforms, your business's visibility is at the mercy of social media algorithms. Plus, how much time are you spending making videos and posts for social media each week? How often are you answering the same questions over and over again for potential customers? A website is available even when you aren't. It's accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to answer those frequently asked questions and to promote your brand and your products on autopilot. So a website allows clients to access information about your services, your opt-ins, to get on your email list and become a lead, book appointments, or contact you at any time. Where social media, you constantly have to be posting. So businesses with active strategic websites actually receive 126% more leads compared to those without. All right, are you convinced it's time to get started? If so, check out the links in the show notes below to start your build today via a DIY option or a done for you option. Cost number 3, the actual money you are losing. So it all boils down to income and impact in a business, right? And if you don't have a website, or maybe worse, if it's poorly designed, then you are losing out on so much money. Far more than you would ever, quote unquote, save by not having one. So let's talk about lost revenue from high bounce rates if you have a poorly designed site. So if your visitor leaves your site without taking action, you're missing out on leads, on sales, on growth. A bad website design can lead to confusion if you're not letting your visitor know exactly what to do and providing clear calls to actions. If you're not doing this, they will be confused and you're gonna lose them. Now, if your website is not designed for mobile responsiveness, then you're also gonna have some issues. Over 60% of traffic comes from mobile devices. So if your site's not optimized for mobile users, you are going to lose a ton of potential customers. And also, if you have confusing navigation, people are not going to search for things they can't find. They're going to leave. Now, if you have no website at all, again, studies show that 81% of people research a business online before making a purchase. So if you don't have that website, you likely don't even exist in a searcher's eyes, right? You miss out on a ton of sales, aka a ton of money, and your competitors with websites are going to get your potential customers. So how do we fix all this, right? Now that you know the hidden costs of a bad website or a non-existent one, what's next? So here's what you can do today. If you have a website, do a website audit on your own, or click the link in the show notes to get a website audit from me to really get to see what updates need to be made to ensure your website is set up to be a lead and sales machine that works for you 24/7. Don't have a website yet? Take my quiz in the show notes below to see if you should DIY your site or hire a web designer. This is a great place to start. Now, if you already know you want to DIY your website because you are just starting out and you're on a budget, don't start from scratch. Starting with a blank canvas, if you are not a designer, will be incredibly difficult for those non-designers. So save a ton of time and effort by checking out my drag and drop show up website templates that are professionally designed by me and optimized for SEO and mobile devices. You just swap out my images, copy and colors for your own, and each template comes with my step-by-step video course walking you through every single step of the way so there is no confusion or tech challenges. For more information on this, you can check out the DIY templates link in the show notes below. Now, if you want to stick to your zone of genius and save a ton of time by having me create your website for you, click the Start Your Build link in the show notes below to get started. All right, what action will you guys take today? Let me know in the comments below. Do not let a bad website or non-existent one cost you your impact and income anymore. I'll see you in the next video.